Hey, I am Mike Russell from musicradiocreative.com. Fantastic to have you here with me on the live stream. As always, trying to answer your questions and the most popular questions I'm asked about audio. You can submit a question over at community.musicradiocreative.com or drop me an email via the website at musicradiocreative.com. Let's get into the world of audio and create something exciting. And today, a little change from the norm. I'm going to have a grey screen behind me. Look, wow, look at that. That is the grey screen of the free audio editor Audacity. And the reason I wanted to focus on Audacity today is because it's something I get asked quite a lot, how to create the vintage voice effect in Audacity. Now, I've done a tutorial many years back, actually, in Adobe Audition on creating a similar effect. Let's have a crack at it in Audacity. So really easy to get started in Audacity. Just hit record. Hello, this is Mike Russell, a rather vintage and old-style British voiceover and announcer saying, good to see you, jolly good. It's that easy to record in Audacity, and then obviously I can play back. Hello, this is Mike Russell. Right, and what would we do? Thank you. Very soon I'm going to go in and drop in a really cool third-party plugin. But for now, let's just stick with what we know inside Audacity. And the first thing I would go to is I would go and do some kind of equalization. Now, let's obviously select the audio we want to select. So it'll be all of this audio here, effect, and we'll go to equalization here. Now we get what kind of looks like, yes, the FFT filter inside Adobe Audition. So this is basically exactly the same as the FFT filter. Now we can raise this audio, but we don't really want to do that. We want to just retain the audio. So rather than pumping that up a few dB, I'm going to roll off anything down there and roll off anything here. Let's do a kind of curvy roll off. So we've got 300 hertz up to around 7,000 hertz. Let's preview it. Hello, this is Mike Russell, a rather vintage and old-style British voiceover. Okay, cool. So that's starting to sound good, but you can sweep up if you want to get a bit more. Hello, this is Mike Russell, a rather vintage and if you wanted to maybe distort a little bit, we could actually add in some distortion at the top end here. So we're kind of like raising this up, drawing kind of crazy pyramids up here. And let's play that. Hello, this is Mike Russell, a rather vintage and... Okay, so you're getting that tinny tannoy. That's really how you do it. Equalization in Audacity is the key to creating a vintage-style voiceover. And obviously, the further you go here with the EQ curve... Hello, this is Mike Russell. The more bass and the more range you get, so bear that in mind. But this, I'm really happy with this now. So just drawing on, and you can drop in new points and new distortion points by just clicking with your mouse and dropping in a point. Draw a triangle like that, and preview it. Hello, this is Mike Russell, a rather... Sounding good to me. Click OK, and boom, you have got your vintage voiceover. Hello, this is Mike Russell. Fantastic. Good to see you. Jolly good. Jolly good. All right, I'm happy with that. Now, I would really like to introduce something more. There's so much we can do with this. If we want, we can add on a compressor now. Obviously, again, selecting all, Command A or Control A if you want to select the whole waveform. And let's go to compressor. Again, we can set a nice compressor up. Threshold, make it really meaty. Ratio can be, let's make it 3:1. Attack time, really short. Release time, let's move that out a bit. Preview it. Hello, this is Mike Russell, a rather... Let's move the threshold down a bit more. Hello, this is... Click OK to that. Just brings up the power a little bit more. Now I'm going to introduce my third-party plugin that I really hope you're going to like. It's from Izotope. I've demonstrated this actually in many other videos, but as it's free and Audacity is free, I thought you'd have the whole free vintage voice creators kit here. There is a short link if you want to download it yourself, mrc.fm/vinyl. That's mrc.fm/vinyl. To install it, once you've run the installer from Izotope, just go to Add Remove Plugins and you should find it here, Izotope Vinyl. It's listed as new. Just click Enable there and then it becomes enabled. Click OK. And hopefully, in effect here, let's have a look. Yeah, Izotope Vinyl's appearing and it works like a dream inside Audacity. So now I can go and whack on mechanical noise, electrical noise. Basically, this whole plugin generates a really nice sounding vinyl effect. Let's bring mechanical noise up and play it. Hello, this is Mike Russell, a rather vintage... So in real time I can be fading these up and down. Let's bring in where? ...and old-style British voiceover and announcer saying, good to see you. So it gives you a really nice wear and tear on the voice. So a little bit of mechanical noise and wear. Jolly good. Jolly good. Okay, let's bring that back.
Hello, this is Mike Russell, a rather vintage and old-style British voiceover and...
Now, when I bring the dust in, it's important to know you have to select how much you want. So 50%.
Announcer saying, good to see you. Jolly good.
And you should be able to hear clicking. Whenever that light switches on, you're going to hear a click.
Hello, this is Mike Russell, a rather vintage
Scratch.
and old-style British voiceover and announcer
Bit
saying,
loud.
good to see you. Jolly good.
And we can even go ahead. I mean, let's apply that for the moment. Let's Command A to select it all. Apply that effect, and we've got this.
Hello, this is Mike Russell, a rather vintage and old-style...
Now, as you can hear, I've gone rather nuts there with the effect, so I might actually reduce that down. Another thing I really like is warp and spin down. Have a listen to how this works. Let's play back.
Hello, this is Mike Russell, a rather vintage and old-style...
Oh, debug report. Okay, Audacity really did not like it when I tried to do a spin down. Whoops, I'm back in Audition. Anyway, spin down works in Audition. Let me just quickly record a file in Audition to show you how that works. The beauty of live, yes, Audacity quit. Okay, don't do spin downs, but you get the idea of how it works in Audacity. Oh dear, right, this is a spin down. And let me show you. I think I've got the Izotope plugin installed here somewhere. Let's find it. Izotope Vinyl. Here it is again. And if I wanted to spin down...
Oh dear. Right.
Yeah, that's a spin down. Basically a vinyl spin down. Audacity didn't like that. And then you've got your input and output gain. And also some cool year effects here as well. So if I wanted to implement that, that's kind of like the EQ I was showing you on Audacity. You can do it inside Izotope Vinyl.
Oh dear. Right.
So you get that kind of tinny vintage effect. So have a play with it in combination with equalization, compression, and Izotope Vinyl inside Audacity. All of this is free software and a free third-party plugin. So you should really be able to create something really cool and a vintage voice effect in Audacity that you will be proud of. Whether it's for a tannoy system, you're trying to create an old radio effect or something like that. This is definitely your go-to set of resources to do that. Let me know how you get on and maybe share some of your projects with me. Always like that, particularly under share your projects inside the community over at community.musicradiocreative.com.